afternoon, class. This is your teacher, Miss Judy N.C. Kataxia. How are you today? Welcome to PE and Health subject, first semester, quarter 1, week 3. Our most essential learning competencies are explains how to optimize the energy systems for safe and improved performance. Explains the lesson that we're going to discuss this afternoon is about FIT principles. Brief introduction. The FIT principle or formula is a great way of monitoring your exercise program. The acronym FIT&T outlines the key components or training guidelines for an effective exercise program, and the initials F, I, T, and T stands for frequency, intensity, time, and type. So frequency refers to the exercise undertaken or how often you exercise. Intensity refers to the intensity of exercise undertaken or how hard you exercise. Time refers to the time you spend exercising or how long you exercised for. And type refers to the type of exercise undertaken or what kind of exercise you do. So let's take a look at each of the components in a little more detail. So frequency is a key component of the FIT&T or the FIT principle. So remember that it's important to know why you're exercising and what you want to achieve before rushing into any exercise program. Intensity, this is an extremely important aspect of the FIT principle and is probably the hardest factor to monitor. So the best way to gauge the intensity of your exercise is to monitor your heart rate. The time you spend exercising is also an important part of the FIT principle. So the time dedicated to exercise usually depends on the type of exercise undertaken. Lastly, we have the type. So the type of exercise you choose will have a big effect on the result you achieve. So that's why it's important to know what you want to gain from your efforts. FIT for cardio and weight loss. So the FIT principle is most commonly used for cardiovascular or aerobic training and weight loss, although it is also commonly used as part of strength training recommendations, and the standard recommendation for cardio training is as follows. So frequency, 5 to 6 times per week. While intensity, it is easy to moderate or about 60 to 75% of your maximum heart rate. The time, anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes or more. And the type, it is any exercise you can do continually like running, walking, cycling, swimming, rowing, stair climber, and elliptical trainer, and others. So we have FIT for strength. So when the FIT principle is used as part of strength training, the standard recommendations are as follows. So for frequency, you need to do 2 to 3 times per week, but not on consecutive days, or leave 1 or 2 days rest between each strength session. Intensity. The intensity of your strength training depends on the amount of weight lifted and the set and repetitions you do. So basically, the heavier the weight, the less sets and repetitions, and while the lighter the weight, the more sets and repetitions you can do. Next, we have the time. So the time you spend doing strength training will depend on the intensity of the workout. So if the intensity is extremely high, then reduce the time spent doing strength training or include extra rest. So if the intensity is low, the time spent doing strength training can be a lot longer. And lastly, we have the type. So the best types of strength training exercises include free weights, machine weights, hydraulic weight machines, resistance bands, and body weight exercises like push-ups, chin-ups, and dips. Next, we have the fit for stretching. So let's take a look at how the fit principle can be applied to stretching as it relates to improving flexibility and range of motions. So remember, stretching can be used for other activities like warming up and cooling down. But for the purpose of this article, let's stick with stretching for improving flexibility. So we have frequency, so 5 to 7 times per week. So unlike other types of exercises like cardio and strength training, stretching, or when done properly, is very relaxing and therapeutic and will help you recover from your other activities. So feel free to add stretching to your exercise program every day. Next, we have the intensity. Slow, easy, and relaxed. So when the goal is to improve flexibility and range of motion, you should do your stretching at a low intensity. So move into the stretch position, and as soon as you feel deep tension within the muscle group, stop there. So if it is hurting or painful, you've gone too far. On a scale of 1 to 10, aim for a tension of about 6 or 7 out of 10. Time. So anywhere from 15 to 60 minutes, and hold each stretch for 40 to 60 seconds. And lastly, we have the type. Static, passive, and PNF are for improving range of motion and creating permanent changes in your flexibility. The best types of stretching to use are long hold static stretching, or passive or assisted. So stretching and PNF stretching. So that's all for our lesson this afternoon. I hope you enjoy and you've learned a lot. Thank you for listening. For your activities and for your quizzes, just follow the GAITF link on your screen. Once again, good afternoon and have a good day.